All right. Good morning. Good morning, Carlos, and good morning, Facebook. How we doing?
Oh, good. We're doing good.
I
Friday, babies.
I have a really good topic. It's Friday. I had a really good topic today, and I practiced it, and it was called time blocking because I didn't allocate enough time for my computer to do what it needs to do.
You need at least 15 minutes before.
More than that. I need more than 15 minutes because sometimes my PC, I don't always shut down all the windows.
Yeah.
And when that happens, unfortunately, it's a slow start, and so then it crashes. Every once in a while, it'll crash on me. I'm horrible with that. I keep open all the windows. I've got all kind of stuff open. So
my wife is like that. All those tabs up top are like this small because she has so many of them open.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm the same exact way. So it makes it for a rough computer startup if I don't shut it off or close everything out. And so apologies for the late start today.
Okay.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. Right. It's good.
Cool. Well, let's jump into it. I thought we'd talk a little bit about time blocking, and the importance of time blocking and allocating certain amount of time, certain times to activities and its effectiveness. I know you are a effective planner of your time and allocator of time. Talk to me a little bit about how you time block or how you get everything done. You got multiple businesses, you've got multiple projects going on. How do you get all your stuff done? How are you able to get it all done and be effective?
It's tough, man. I haven't perfected it yet, but it's tough. I try to make sure everything's all on my calendar, all scheduled up. So just like I said before, once you get up bright and early in the morning, I even have my routine, like I only have a certain amount of time to get ready, that's the biggest part is waking up and having a purpose. If you have a calendar, set it. I have it set on my calendar. It says, it says get up, dress up, and be ready. And that's my time that I had to get ready. So it's not like you can mess around while you're getting ready or anything. You got to follow your time. You got to follow your schedule. So it's a big thing just to use your calendar. If you got Outlook, there's Google calendars. People use Google all the time now.
Yeah.
So what do you use for your calendar? You use Outlook, right? Isn't that what I saw last week?
I do. Yeah, I do use Outlook, and we use at work we use a Gmail. So it all flows to the Google Calendar. So it's Outlook, but then behind the scenes it goes to a Google Calendar, which is good because on my phone, I use the Apple Calendar, which you can integrate your different emails within it. So it schedules it to both of my calendars, which I only really use one calendar. I try to stick with just one calendar. So, that way I don't have to worry about checking multiple calendars because you can set up multiple calendars on your phone, right? So I primarily just use one, but they all go to my phone. So it kind of keeps me all organized. But I like that. You said something about you use your calendar, and you schedule your things out. You schedule and allocate time. Even to being up and ready to go and being at the office at a certain time. So you're actually time blocking and scheduling, even at a greater level of granularity.
My life.
Yeah.
My personal life. You wake up and you got this time. Like I got 30 minutes. I have 30 minutes to get completely ready, shower, whatever you need to do. I got 30 minutes to get ready. And sometimes it's like, you got to rush. Some days I got to rush,
Yeah.
There's some days, like the thing is with my multiple businesses. So we got the install. I got Big Mouth, we got Candid, and then we got the real estate, and then we got our personal life. So I have, and believe it or not, I mean, I have it all separated. I have it all separated, but
Mhm.
I have it all going to one. So
Mhm.
like on my phone, I have all my Googles, like we have Candid we use Candid as Google, um, the photo booth or the Big Mouth we use as Google, and we use, my personal, and I use Outlook for my personal.
Mhm.
But like when it all goes to my phone, um, it all goes into one calendar, like the iPhone. Like I can look at my phone, and I know if we have a photo booth event, or if we have to take the kids to the doctor, or if we have a graduation or a kids event or a dance, or I have to get Bella. Like my wife puts in there that Bella needs to be taken to dance at this time.
Mhm.
You know, so time blocking is important in everything that you do.
So you do it.
Um,
You schedule your whole life. You got everything that you do throughout the day, all the different activities. You got it. It's you and your wife. Sounds like you guys have an uh, integrated calendar, right? So she
right.
can update it and stuff like that. Collaborative calendar. That's awesome.
So our biggest thing is we don't have a personal. We don't have a personal calendar. She puts our personal stuff in Candid,
Yeah.
and we just know that it says Bella Dance or Bella's competition, and she'll mark it out. I count on her to fill my calendar because that way I know what I can schedule.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if I count on, even if she puts photo booth event from this time to this time, I don't need to know where it's at that time. I just need to know that I'm busy at that time.
Right. Right. That's good. That's good. No, I like that. Schedule out your whole day. Schedule out your life. And you're right. I mean, I've got, for me, I've got my son's activities in terms of what he does. So that goes on the same calendar, and then I can allocate time and block time, for that activity. So I don't schedule something over that. That's a great idea. It does start with that because we do have to organize and block our time around life as well. That's a good point.
Yeah, and obviously, your life, your family is number one. You know what I mean? And I need to know. I mean, my wife understands that I need to know what's on the calendar uh, because I schedule around it. So
Hmm.
she can't expect me to be somewhere if I don't know about it.
Right. Right.
You know,
Yeah. That's good.
because
That's good.
I'll just go, and I'll just schedule, and if I don't know about it, then I can't. You know, I mean, if it's as simple as you know, not necessarily we're going to eat here, uh, but it's just a matter of we need to pick this up or to go here or go there, or we're meeting people here, or so it's my personal life is still there, and my businesses,
Yeah. No,
and
that's
and
good.
you gotta live to it. I mean, it's tough. I get off track too. I get there's times where I get off key. If something runs longer, if I talk too much, or uh, somebody wants to meet and it's not on my schedule, and I want to meet them, or I got to do something, or I got to go look at this house. Yesterday, I had 3 appointments come in at night that I didn't have on there,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
luckily I didn't have anything going on that in last night.
So you're
But
able to do it.
yeah, I was able to throw it in there, and I'll do that. I'll throw things in there. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? If
Hmm.
somebody, I'll throw it in there if I can fit it in, and I'll do it. But you got to live to your schedule. And like I said, I'm not perfect. I sway away from it, but you got to have that general idea.
Yeah. No, I
I
agree.
mean, this follow up Friday. So, for instance, uh, I'm not as strong as I should be either. Usually after this, I make phone calls.
Oh,
So,
okay.
right after this, I do my video, I do my social media for about 15, 20 minutes. I have it on that schedule. And then I
Yep.
start by 10:30. We're done here at 10. So by 10:30, I'm making phone calls.
Yep.
So I have from 10 to 10:30 to be able to download this video, to, put it where I need to be, social media. do some fun stuff. And then 10:30, I'm making phone calls. Well, 10:30 today, I'm going to meet a client and to get a listing. So I should be making phone calls and I should just not schedule this. But it was the time that there was a couple of people that are involved. So I chose to say, okay, yeah, I need to do it, which really I should be like, I can't, I got phone calls. But, you know, you when it comes to deals, you have to do what you need to do. You know, when it comes to business, you got to do what you got to do. But
that's the purpose of making those phone calls, is to get those meetings and get those deals set up, you know?
Right. But the thing is that this biggest part is that discipline is doing those phone calls and being able to follow that schedule. You know, there's some people that just won't. I mean, they'll just say no because they're there. They're where they need to be. Hey, I got this appointment. I'm busy during this time. Let's meet at this time. Or they'll schedule for a different time. But they're confident and they got that business. I take everything. So if I have an opportunity to do business, I'll do it.
Find a way to do it. Yeah.
You know, I'll figure out a way to do it. So, and there's some people that just put it off, and I just don't. I take that opportunity. You know, I want to be convenient for people too. You know,
right. No, that's good.
I'll make my time. I'll still make my phone calls. I promise you, I still do it, and I won't put it off. I'll still do it, even if I have to take my list. Or I put my list on the people that I call and I use my phone and I call. Or I go sit at the coffee shop and I call. You know, as long as I'll do it, I'll get it done. But it just might not be at 10:30.
Right.
But that time blocking is important.
Well, if you have a schedule and you got things blocked out, you know, if you got to switch the activities around, you know, that's certainly fine, right? That's okay. I mean, that's the whole purpose of having stuff blocked out anyway. So, you know, I mean, I've got certain times blocked out that I do things and stuff comes up. I mean, the whole purpose of time blocking the prospect and lead generate is to get those appointments. I mean, so, hey, if you got an appointment and it's got to slide in a slot that you've got allocated for, you know, for lead generation, hey, you just got it. That's how it is. Yeah. Swap it. Yeah.
Just swap it. Yeah. You know, at that time do the phone calls, and then at this time when you're supposed to go out and meet people, you go and you do the phone calls then.
Yeah. Agreed. So with time blocking, for me, you know, I like the fact that you said it's about scheduling your whole life out, scheduling your whole day out. And I remember, you know, Hiram Smith, who was the guy that created the Franklin Planner, you know, he talked about scheduling planning in solitude. You know, the first 15 to 20 minutes of the day should be for planning in solitude, right? Giving you some time to plan your day, right? Some people do that planning the night before, you know, which is fine, which is great, right? If that's the last thing you do before you lay down, that way you know you've got your day already scheduled and planned out. You can wake up. But he talked about having time allocated for planning in solitude. He talked about scheduling time on your calendar for, you know, stuff that you have to do with you. So scheduling time on your calendar just for a meeting with me, right? Just to block it out. And so the importance of having a follow-up schedule or a time block is imperative, but it's also important to schedule some time. So I like how you said, hey, you know what? I schedule my day. I use my calendar. I schedule my whole day. What time I'm going to get up, what time I'm going to get started, what time I need to, you know, do this. I've got, you know, kids activities, wife activities, and you got some time scheduled for you, because I know you block your time out, because I know I see you in the office every morning and you're in there working on some of the things that you need to do to get yourself going. So I know you allocate and block out time for you as well. And that's important. And that time has to be non-negotiable time. And, you know, again, unless there's business or higher priority things that pop up, you know, we should do a good job of keeping that time allocated and not just, you know, fluffing it off to, you know, to Facebook or social media surfing, you know?
Yeah. And that's the biggest part is if that's the only thing that I do. If I'm going to go, I'm going to give something up if I'm going to do business, or if somebody needs my help with something, or I'm meeting somebody new. I'll go meet somebody new that, has questions about business or doing work. I'll take that time and I'll go and do it if that's convenient. If somebody says, well, I need this done, but I need to pick your brain apart and I need it done before the weekend, I'll go and meet somebody because it's a priority to them. I'm not going to sit there and say, well, I can't meet you today, so it looks like I'm not going to get it done for the weekend. I try to help as many people out as possible. So I'll pick and choose, but I'm not going to do it just to get on social media or, do certain things. I might change some stuff. Maybe one day I am, maybe I give up my goals and my, I might give up my goals and financial if I did it the night before or I did it the day before, and I know I've kept up with it. I know where I'm at on it, and I might sleep some more, or what I mean. But I'm not going to change something that, like phone calls at 10 o'clock in the morning. That's my time to make phone calls or to follow up with people or to figure out where I'm at with people or, where am I at on these deals, So there's certain things that I'll change.
Right. No, that's good. It's one of those things where, the higher priority activity is the one that gets the prioritization, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't schedule and plan and have time, allocated to do that stuff. And so, for me, it's important that I have that time blocked out. I mean, I've shared with you, and everyone my calendar as well, as far as, time blocking, where I've allocated time for certain activities by day. And those are the things that, during that time frame that I'm really focused on and that I really want to get done. There's more of a theme by day of activities and things that I want to do and I want to accomplish. And I've allocated and broken out that time. And that's what I kind of focus on for that day. And, as long as I can stick to that schedule, I would say about 75 to 80% of the time, I'm going to be extremely successful. It's like you said, it's the higher priority things that pop up, client meetings, stuff like that. Hey, that's okay. That's an allowable deviation. And I figure that's probably going to happen 25 to 30% of the time. So that's why I said, if I can get 70 to 75% following my schedule, I'm good. But the thing is also, when I do block out my time, I block out my time. So, unfortunately, most of my calls come in on my cell phone. But, I can turn on, turn off my email on my computer. I can, not respond to text messages unless it's a customer that I've been texting while I've been doing my prospecting time. So it's just important for me to make sure that, when I am prospecting and I've got that time blocked out and allocated, I'm focused on that activity, and I put on the blinders. I don't let any shiny objects distract me. And I just get it and grind it out for that hour or 30 minutes or whatever. Because it doesn't take long, Carlos, right? It doesn't have to be a 3-hour deal, right?
No, hour and a half, 30 minutes. Like I have, and that's why I tell you, I'll get to the point when I get busy. Like my schedule's changed now with this COVID stuff, but I'll tell you this much. I would go and I would set up every 15 minutes. I'd have a 15-minute meeting, give myself 15 minutes or 20 minutes to be able to get to the next meeting or time to get prepared for the next thing. But I'll block myself out every 15 minutes. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it gives me enough time to do what I need to do, during the day, and then you got your evenings, like, if you got problems or you got issues, like at my business, if I have an issue at my business, I got to go handle it, so it kind of puts a wrench in sometimes in my schedule, mm-hmm. but most likely, overall, if I follow it, when I'm busy and I'm meeting people and having meetings and doing my things that I do, I schedule myself short, every 15, 20 minutes. Just depends, I try
Mhm.
not to, kill people's time. I don't want to spend hours and hours. Some meetings might take a little longer than others, just depending on what you're doing.
Right.
Um, but time blocking is important
Yeah.
in everything you do. Even if you go to the gym, or even if you know, it's. I see a ton of people. I see some people that even come in the office here that it's like, they walk in here. Oh, I got to go to the gym still. I haven't done that yet today, and it's like you should be doing that at the same time every day.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and but it's just it's just this it's learning experience of um, you know that time block is important, and it's fun. It is
Yeah.
really fun. You become. I love it. I love it. I wish I did it even. I'm going to get it even stronger than I do now, um, just because it gives me that fulfillment of being accomplishing things,
Yeah.
getting things done, being successful. I feel so much better when it's like that.
Yeah. It
When
feels
it's
good when you
crazy,
check it off the list, right? When you check things off the list, it doesn't feel good.
yeah, it feels real good. It feels like, okay, I'm getting stuff accomplished, instead of, people don't realize that at the end of the day, you got to sit there and think, what did I get done today?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
what did I accomplish today? There's some days, like on Saturdays, I know Saturday's supposed to be fun, but man, there's some days I sit here and think, I didn't get, I didn't get stuff done. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
I didn't get
Yeah.
squat done today.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
know, and it just drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Just sitting there thinking of that stuff.
Well, and
You
you
know,
can tell that too, Carlos, because you block out time on your calendar, so you can just simply go back and look at your calendar and go, "Man, I didn't get any of those things done. Like, why didn't I get it done?" You know?
not only that, but when I have to start putting my to-do list, and I have to put it on to the next day and
Yeah.
next day and next
Yeah.
day and next day, and then I go back and these reminders are still popping up. I'm like, I didn't get that done. I didn't get that done. I didn't get that done. You know, and you know, and and then you just sitting back and thinking, what did I do today?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, the
I
time
don't.
blocking aspect is the thing that really will, make or break us from a success standpoint too, right? Having a schedule and allocating that time is going to make us or break us in terms of our success. And so it's imperative that we allocate time, and we go to our calendar. And like I said, I share my calendar with anybody. I throw that stuff on there because like you just said, I need to know why I wasn't successful this week, yesterday, last hour, right? I need to know that because it's like, well, did I follow my schedule? Did I do anything that was on my schedule? I can't let the shiny object distract me, right? I've got to stay
But
focused on what I'm supposed to do.
Stephen, there's people that don't use a schedule.
Yeah, I know.
There's people that don't use this time blocking. People don't even know. There's some people that don't even know what time blocking is.
Yeah, I know. I know.
You know what I
Well, that's why
mean?
I thought it'd be good to do. That's
You
why I
know,
thought it'd be good to do.
right. And so the biggest part is time blocking. Time blocking is blocking your time out to do what you're supposed to do that day. Because when you're self-employed, even when you do work for somebody, you get lazy. You
Yeah,
get relaxed. You know what I mean? You get
yeah,
relaxed on what you're doing. You're like, look, I'm self-employed. I don't have to do that. I don't have to do this. But there's a guy that said to me the other day, he says, well, what's your schedule? Or he goes, no, he didn't say that. He goes, when do you get off tomorrow? I said, I don't get off. I said, I don't have a time that I get off. I'm self-employed, I
yeah,
said, and he goes, well, then let me ask you, what's your schedule like? And then I look and I'm like, okay, well,
yeah,
I got this afternoon, this time, and this time available. And,
yeah.
so it was like, I don't get off of work. I'm self-employed. I don't have a time, you
Yeah,
know?
Yeah.
So,
Well,
but if people,
we can't have a time slot. A lady was emailing me at like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and she goes, "Well, what are the hours there at Fountain Mortgage?" And I said, "Well, it's like 8 to 5." And she's like, "Well, it's 7:30." I was like, "You asked the office hours of Fountain Mortgage. You didn't ask my hours, So,
yeah,
we got to be available when people, because I'm not quote unquote self-employed as a mortgage loan originator, but I am, because I don't get paid by the hour. I get paid by when people close. So we've got to make ourselves available for when it's convenient. And if we allocate time appropriately, we can do that, right? That was a time that I was able to respond to emails a little bit later, because I had that time open, right? So even if we schedule open time, it's okay to do that. But yeah, the scheduling, the use of a calendar, the blocking out time, and when we allocate time to do something, it's like, hey, shut off the email, focus solely on who is before you or what your calendar says we should be doing, and just focus on it. Don't deviate, and don't get off track.
Right. And that's what people don't understand. No matter if you're self-employed or you work for somebody, you got to be able to block and block,
Mm-hmm.
and get that accurate.
Absolutely.
Get it accurate. Get it working right. Get it working for you. Because if you don't, like I have the same thing. Like I schedule my stuff, my wake up time, my get ready time, all that stuff is there, and it goes till 2020, until December 31st. By the end of the year, I kind of adjust, okay, how did I do this year? What do I need to change? But I make it to go to, December of the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it will make or break your success.
Yeah, taking control of our time. The time is the one resource we can't get back, right? It's the one thing we can't get back. Once it's gone, once these last 25, 30 minutes are gone, they're gone, right? So we got to make the most of the time, and we've got to schedule our time appropriately, and we've got to allocate time to do what we're supposed to do, and then we got to do it. The key is that the action part of it is doing it. We can have a schedule. We can have a schedule. Yeah. We got a schedule, but if we don't follow it and do it, what good is it?
That's like that. That's why I keep using my personal life, is because if you sit there and think about it, you can wake up whenever you want when you're self-employed. Mm-hmm. You can get up and get around whenever you want. But if you don't hold yourself accountable and put that on your schedule, I have the thing texts me. My calendar will text me every time I have an appointment.
Nice.
So it messages, emails me, it texts me, and then my reminder of the calendar pops up. So this thing is just hounding me like crazy. And if I don't have that, then I don't follow it. Right. And you being successful at that calendar is it's important to hold yourself accountable, even if it's getting up or getting ready. Like I get ready and I have to hurry up and get ready in that 30 minutes. And if I start getting ready, it's supposed to be 6:30 to 7. If I start getting ready at 6:45, I better haul butt. Like if I look at the time and I say it's 6:45, I haul butt to make sure that I am done at 7.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I don't have to, I don't have to hurry up and get ready. Nobody's sitting here telling me. But I treat it like I'm meeting somebody. Like I'm doing it I'm doing it because I'm going to meet somebody, So you got to hold yourself accountable, and you got to do it, even if it's as your personal life. There's some people that don't get up. I know people that don't get up and get around until 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. And it's like They're just, oh, I'm just sitting around, and they don't do anything. They're just it's their time of getting up and getting around.
Sure.
If you set your time block, you got to hold yourself accountable.
Yeah, you got it. I was just going to say the same thing. You got to have a schedule. You got to follow the schedule. You got to stick to it, and you got to do what you're supposed to do. And typically when you do those things, it's going to lead us to success, and that's what it's about. Let's block out the time. Let's do the things. It's action, right? Those are action times, and if we're not taking the appropriate action, we're not going to realize the fruits of that particular activity. So, very important. So, I know you've got some time allocated to do some things. So I'm not going to hold up too much of your time. This has been a good topic and something that's very important for me to continually revisit, because the busier you get, the easier it is to let other activities slide in the way of the most important activities of lead generation. And so we've got to create time to follow up on those things to make sure our business keeps growing. And so I thought this would be a good topic to cover this Follow-Up Friday. But, you and I both, we jump off here, we do our social media stuff, and then it's time to start pounding the phone. So not going to take up too much. We got a late start.
Hey, I mean, I need people to realize that, this Follow-Up Friday, you got to follow up with people,
Mm-hmm.
The biggest part is no matter how you feel, with your calendar or who you're, talking to, this Follow-Up Friday is to help people learn to follow up with them and to take business serious, to take your time serious, your schedule serious, other people's time serious, So when I try to schedule my time, I try to schedule it, I mean, you got to be serious, you got to take people's time serious.
Yeah.
So, and you got to follow up with people, we get off this phone and you got to make phone calls, we get off this, video, throughout the week. If you have clients, make sure you're following up with them. I ran into a couple clients this week. This week has been a great week for me. And it's one of those weeks that I think of this Follow-Up Friday, because people aren't following up with their people,
Mm-hmm.
They're losing out on business just from thinking that they're not following, them as a client is not following through.
Mm-hmm.
You have to no matter what, that seven contacts, you got to keep contacting them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You got to follow your schedule. You got to stay on that schedule, and you got to put them that thing. You got to keep contacting them, and you got to put it on your schedule. If you have phone calls, emails.
Progression here, yes.
Yeah. So I have at 2:00. Yeah, that's the 7. At 2:00 in the afternoon, I have it to where, okay, you got to follow up with all your emails that you got in that time frame that you were doing. But you got to follow up with these people, and you got to put them on your schedule.
Yeah.
Even if it's a to-do list. I use the to-do list. Do you use the to-do list? Go open up your Outlook. There's a to-do list. Okay, you have that.
This is my to-do list. When I'm at my office, it's right here. When I'm away from my office, I use the calendar, and then I use the reminders that are on my phone. But yeah, Outlook also has one, but I don't use that one. But when I'm here at the office, this is it, baby. I get a call. Someone says, "Hey, can you do something for me? Hey, I need something." I just put it on my list, right? When I'm away from the house, I go to this one, right? The reminders.
Do you put your emails on a to-do list?
You mean the ability to check emails on my to-do list?
Well, the thing is like, if you get an email and you want to follow up with it in a week, or you get a client, do you put calendar. What do you do with those? Or you just write it down?
No, I calendar it. So when I get an email, if it's something like, well, let me give you a perfect example. Here's one right here. Here's one right here. You see this right here?
Yeah.
You see this one right here? This one right here is an email that I just converted to an appointment for a calendar reminder to pop up. That's exactly what this was. This one right here was a calendar. See this email? Email is right there. So this was on Tuesday, and so what I did is I quickly converted it to a appointment that went on my calendar, and it has a reminder, and it popped up on Tuesday to follow up on. So that's how I do it and from my Outlook. I just take that email and just make it an appointment, and it'll pop up when it needs to pop up. And that's a perfect example. That's a guy who I needed to get his scores updated so he can get ready to buy. And I sent out the task to someone else on Tuesday. And I said, you know what? I need to follow up later on Tuesday at 4:00 to make sure that they did it. So this was something that I sent that email Tuesday morning. And I set up a calendar reminder and put it in my Outlook calendar with a reminder to pop up at 4:00 to follow up on the person I sent it to make sure it got done. So
yeah,
I do use Outlook's reminders, if I need to.
So go to your email. Do you see that little flag on the side?
Yeah.
I use that flag.
Oh yeah, I use that too. Yeah, I use the flag too.
Because that goes into my.
I'll take this. So say you said, hey Steve, can we do a call, or can you check on, such and such and so on and so forth? I'll convert this right into a follow-up meeting request, and I'll just set the time, and I'll say, okay, I need to follow up on this at 5:00, right? And I'm going to put on there, and so when 5:00 shows up, it's going to it'll pop up on my calendar, right? And it'll pop up on my phone as something that I need to get done. So I definitely use that capability. See, here it is right here, right? It's right there. There's Carlos. Yep. I definitely use that capability for emails, when I'm in Outlook for sure. I'll use the flag because you can sort by flags. I'll use the meeting, I'll schedule a meeting and send it to myself and set a time for it to pop up so I can follow up. So follow-up is, it's just about having the tools, we talked about that before, is about having the tools to help us follow up. But we have to allocate the time to do that, or it doesn't matter, right? We can have as many tools as we want to. If we don't effectively use those or effectively do it, it doesn't matter.
So that appointment you just made popped up on my calendar.
Yeah. Yeah, because I scheduled it with you. So, so like the person that I sent that task to, if they're going to see that, they saw that task pop up at 4:00 too. And it was like, have I done that yet?
Yeah.
If not, it seems like somebody's going to be calling me. And I was certainly following up, oh, I got it done.
I just, my computer was popping up everywhere on my phone. See, that's the thing. I mean, it did my phone, my computer, my tablet, everything. It popped up on every single thing, and it said "meeting with Steven." It's just what you just made. I was like,
yeah,
this.
So yeah, no, it's good stuff, man. It's stuff we need to do, and certainly appreciate it. So not gonna take any time. Let you get to your day. I know you got some things going on. I gotta get on and prospect. I got to do some social media stuff here. And then I got to do some realtor and some pre-approval stuff today. So that's what's on my schedule for today. I got some realtor, pre-approval follow-up, and some prospecting.
Okay, and then I have a client for you too. I'm going to send him over. Will you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Will you send me that beautiful link of yours again?
Absolutely.
Send that over to me again. I need to save that thing, but I have a client that needs to get pre-approved. He's a veteran.
Roger that. I'll send it over right now. Appreciate it.
Yep.
All right, man. Any other last words of wisdom or encouragement for follow-up as it relates to time blocking or anything else?
No, get it done. Use that calendar and time block and hold yourself accountable. Just keep doing it. Keep plugging away, folks. Keep plugging away.
That's all it takes. My last comment is it's just about action, right? So no matter what we do, we've got to convert that time to action. And if we've got a great schedule, it's a beautiful schedule. Hey, listen, I have a really beautiful schedule here. But if I don't do these things at this time frame, then it's just a beautiful schedule. So I need a beautiful schedule and make it actionable. And the way I make it actionable is by doing it, blocking out the time, resisting the urge to get, pulled into the shiny object conversation, It's nice not working in an office every day, so I don't have the water cooler, or the coffee pot conversation. Sometimes I get to focus solely on what I need to do. But even at home, sometimes it's hard to do that anyway, right? You got kids, you got family, they're gonna walk in.
I know.
It's easier to work in the office.
I know. I always got when I do my stuff, I always got to hide out. At home, I hear the kids bickering. So guess what I want to do? I want to go and handle that. Just because I don't want to allow it. I'd rather just be away and not hear that bickering, and because then that way I stay focused. I have a thing on my computer that actually turns everything off. It's called Focus Time on Microsoft.
Wow.
Focus time. So it will turn off emails. I won't get an email. I won't get anything. No notifications whatsoever. It's kind of a pain in the butt. I really like it, but I don't like it because it's like everything's so quiet. But then and it's my focus time, and it sets time up to where it's my focus time, and then once it shuts off, everything just starts popping up.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. Windows.
We'll have to go through and go through the section again with the tools that we use, and do that on another Follow-Up Friday, because that's something that I think, again, it's about the tools if we use them. Some people don't necessarily know about all the tools that might help them. So I think that'd be good for us to maybe do a session where we actually go through and look at some tools that we use to help us follow up.
So in the meantime, if you guys have questions, you guys can text us at 913-703-7000, or you can message us or email us. You can find me on Google, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the social medias out there. But you can really Google me, Carlos Ceballos Hustle. And how do they find you, Stephen?
You can find me. I am at Steve for Home Loan on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. You can find me on fountainmortgage.com. Steve for Home Loan, Stephen Fennell, and we're here. We're available. We're obviously going to be on all of the social media platforms. You can reach us at 913-703-7000. Drop us a comment. Send us a messenger. We're here to help. Certainly anything we can do to help support you in terms of lead generation, growing your business, any services you need. If you need to get connected to somebody else, let us know. We'll be happy to do that as well. That's what it's about. We're looking to build some relationships and help people out.
All right.
Cool.
Let's
All
do
right,
it.
Carlos. Hey,
happy Friday.
It's time to grind. It's time to grind. Follow-Up Friday. Let's set up next week. We'll see you, buddy.
That's right.
I'll text you that link right now.
All right. Thanks, man.
Okay, we'll see you. Bye-bye. Be my follow-up item. There it is. All right, guys. Have a good Friday.